All right, gents, let's play some more Direct Strike. Kind of need to get my dose on the channel of a little bit more Direct Strike. Boys, I've been loving Direct Strike as of late. A couple of updates. It's been also very fun to kind of play behind the scenes. You guys have been seeing a lot of like random content, but Direct Strike I've always been playing and haven't stopped. And it's so much fun. I'm pretty much at 1809 ELO, something like that, if I remember correctly. And I just played a game versus like 2000 level players. And yeah, it's kind of rough. You get matched up versus like some of the top like 10 or top 20 players. And yeah, it's definitely a very difficult matchup. But we've lost basically to this guy, okay? Red. We've lost to this guy. He was my opponent last game. And I want to take my revenge. And it's so important that I take my revenge because this guy, yeah, he completely annihilated me. I'll try to put the stats on screen, but essentially he had a pretty easy wave because I was also losing a lot of my value to the previous player. So waves are kind of overlapped. I was fighting two waves, and yeah, obviously he had a pretty easy time versus me. But yeah, they kept forwarding their momentum, and yeah, they just won basically at pretty much easily forwarding their momentum. And that's the problem with Direct Strike, is I feel like the team that really controls middle for the longest period automatically wins. The truth is, behind middle control is once you get middle control, all your team gets that bonus gold. So this gold advantage, this momentum push is multiplied. So all of your teammates are getting 10 extra gold per 20 seconds, 30 gold per minute, which is insane. It's, well, in the grand scheme of things, it's not huge, right? It's technically like a third of a ghoul, right? When you think about it. Oh wait, I didn't build anything. Okay, guys, yeah, it's okay. I meant to do this, by the way, because wait, I'm mega coping right now, but I'll tell you guys why this is good. Okay, we both didn't. Okay, no, he did. Bruh, this guy didn't even go for a gold mine to try to win middle. And this gives me a massive advantage. I have the worst units for this, by the way, but it's okay. I'll tell you guys why this is good. I've seen some of these players do this, high level players, like I'm talking 2k and above. They essentially don't build anything round one. In this scenario, if I would have built anything, I would have lost no matter what. But I guess it's quite of a coincidence, right? You can basically not do this and try to win basically the next wave based on the information you just got. So I know this guy has 4 footmen and no gold mine. He's going to be going for a gold mine, no hero, maybe additional footmen. So what I need to do is just basically have something that will counteract that. So ghouls and lifesteal. Okay, so ranged heroes are obviously better, guys, by far. This is an interesting pick. All of these are good heroes, but I think these two have higher win rates. The Keeper of the Grove, probably the highest win rated hero on, so it's already going to be very difficult. Shadowhunter is phenomenal, but since I have ghouls, I have to do lifesteal ghouls. You guys love that first video I did with the lifesteal ghouls, so I actually kind of want to do this again, man. Let's see how this works out versus a 1800 ELO player. The problem here is we're going to be faced with versus 2 waves once again. Just a classic. Let's go for lifesteal. This guy gets another cheeky little summon in there. Yeah, this is what I mean, is when waves are overlapped, it's so rough for me, right? Because now I'm fighting a full wave with, what's it called? 1 ghoul down, which isn't big, but still considerable, right? So this guy has a really good builds too against me because Dryads have the poison and slows my attack rate, but I should be able to lifesteal some of it back. I did get some XP out of this, which isn't too bad, but I need to flat out put a shit ton of ghouls on the map because basically this guy has Pierce in the back. Pierce is decent, but obviously will do a little bit less damage to, what's it called, to heavy armor, and ghouls do have heavy armor. So yeah, this is a little bit unfortunate because it kind of effed over my teammate here because the Sorks were in the front. And yeah, this guy doesn't even upgrade them for the invisibility. I think he knows he's going to lose, so he just let it go. So yeah, this is... remember what I said a couple of seconds ago that I would have an advantage on the second wave? But yeah, that's the thing. There's so many random things that happen. Like, for example, me fighting yellow instead of... I know this is... I'm bringing this from my cabinet of excuses, but it's just the reality, guys. I don't want anyone writing cope in the comments and shit, dude. I'm just spewing facts at this point, you know? Either way, let's spam the shit out of these ghouls. We will need Ghoul Frenzy to increase their durability. Okay, I dropped a couple more. Kind of need to... Okay, so these shamans will be out of here, which is huge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for 1 damage upgrade. I need this cheeky damage upgrade online as soon as possible because I want to forward my lead and get middle control for my teammates. It's so important. Yeah, this guy... That's the thing. This guy has, like, always the right things versus me. Always the right things. This guy's really my nemesis. Hopefully, he can push through. The problem, the summons is such a massive problem for me, right? Even though I went for that damage upgrade, it's not going to be enough because of the ghouls have obviously low HP, and Dark Ranger can basically keep summoning skeletons at will. It is going to give me a little bit of XP on the bright side, but as you see, it is rough. What I can do to counteract that is obviously get dries of my own, and I should be in a decent spot afterwards. But yeah, this is the thing. I feel like this guy's always one step ahead. But the problem is I was facing Keeper of the Grove. And as I mentioned in one of the videos, it's never good to freaking talk about teammates, right? So I'm just going to focus on my game, try to play well, and that's it. So what I'm also going to be doing is going a little bit back because I feel like I'm fighting multiple waves and I kind of want yellow to die from, what's it called, tower. We're going to be sacrificing a little bit of HP on our tower to hopefully get a nice pushback. If we're not able to push back, I think game is going to be over already. So we need to make something happen right now. So that's the point. So here, what I'm going to do is place the hero in the middle over here. And I think that should be okay here. Again, we're going to be sacrificing probably the tower here and the game. Oh, that's so close and so unfortunate. But again, it's like dude. Can you guys feel my pain a little bit? Like this guy used a shaman, right? Shaman, basically a lightning shield on my hero. I'm dealing versus yellow, right? Which summon treants, and I have to use what's it called? Dispel on those, and then dispel the what's it called? Lightning shield as well. So it's definitely a rough one to say the least. And this guy's going for DPS, which is the right angle to go up against me. So yeah, I'm not sure what is the probability of us winning here, but this could be a rough game to say the least. And I think the way I see this working is probably the Spirit Walkers and Tauren combo. Maybe potentially in the future might be the way forward, but yeah, two keepers. Yeah, two keepers in DR. They have just S tier heroes. S tier versus the thing is that's a problem. We're fucked. And honestly, it's just hero. It's draft difference. And oh my god, bro. Guys, I'm serious. I just took a step back and I realized how bad I'm coping right now. It's so fucking bad. Yeah. To be honest, I personally looked at my draft and said that this is actually not bad per se, right? Like, it's not terrible to say the least, but they definitely have a superior draft, at least minimum with heroes, right? Because we have Paladin, which is obviously worse than this one. And I feel like, is Orange even clearing his wave? That's what I'm trying to... Like, I don't see this guy clearing wave, like, whatsoever, no? I'm 1-1 upgrade, and now, again, I have to fight 2 waves, man. Like, I have to fight this guy, which is tier 2. He has Dark Ranger, which is far superior here than mine, right? But maybe with some sort of miracle... Let's get tier 2 lifesteal here. 35% lifesteal. We're somehow doing okay here. I'm literally taking 2 waves on, just saying. Now this guy's going to be sucking me off. I obviously need anti-magic shell, but at least we have a solid stack with the Dryads. Don't forget these Dryads are leveled up, which is really good. And also going to be applying this poison and also removing any sort of buffs from my opponent here. The thing is, they're low on mana. So I don't know how much this spell costs, but it doesn't seem like it's being applied here. They are immune from magic, so all of these shamans will not be able to target them, which is really good. So the second these grunts are dead, all these Dryas are going to be immune from any sort of DPS from here. So this is actually not too bad. I'm trying to think here, what is going to be the reasonable angle for at least itemization wise? I think Spell Shield is definitely a must, because this will allow my Dreadlord just stay a little bit more alive. And I honestly think massing Dryads is not a dumb idea, for the exact same reason that we just saw right here, is they benefit a lot from just being in the stack in the previous subsequent stacked wave, right? So as you see, again, our opponents are massing Shaman, so it's all about managing basically the being proactive, right? So summoning units according to what your opponents are doing, especially what your, not necessarily your direct wave, right? But the opponent's wave too, because waves are kind of overlapped in an awkward spot. This is perfect, just outside of tower range. Beautiful Carrion Swarm being completely, that was phenomenal. So much freaking damage. The problem is now my bad boy Dreadlord is going to take a little bit of damage. Dryads are taking some extra damage from gargoyles, but it isn't too bad. And honestly, I'm just happy we took down red. I'm just really happy about that one. There's no reason for me to go for tier 2 right away, except basically Kodo Beast or gargoyles. Basically what I think I should be going for here is archers to deal with those gargoyles. Or what I can also do is completely ignore, right? I could technically do that. Ignore basically my... I'm actually thinking about this. Okay, you know what? Let's tech up. I could basically ignore the gargoyles, right? And I don't think it's a stupid idea, because basically, again, this game is all about not being reactive to what your opponents are doing, but more being kind of like proactive and being aggressive. So obviously a good defense is a good offense. So in this scenario, completely avoiding the gargoyles and flat out killing everything on the ground with mass ghouls is obviously not a bad idea either. So that's also something I'm considering. Either I go for more archers or more ghouls, which I think I might do. I might throw our opponents a little bit off balance, which is really what I'm hoping here, because I definitely need to carry my teammates here. I feel like they're a little bit in a rougher position here. I'm waiting for Ghoul Frenzy. So Ghoul Frenzy unlocked. 35% increased attack rate on all of these ghouls. And what's really good about that is, don't forget, I have 35% lifesteal on all of these units, right? And all I need here is a couple upgrades, and I'm going to be an absolute freaking monster this game, right? So all my ghouls, again, still all alive, which is really good. And this Dark Ranger, for some reason... Oh, okay, so I procced her life drain because of... Okay, so this guy definitely needs to untoggle the life drain, because he basically procced it from, what's it called? Carrion Swarm. I mean, it's good, but still not good enough for the moment. And now lifesteal is being applied to abominations. So he wants to apply... So he essentially wants to use life drain only later on into the fight. Unfortunately, I do not have enough mana, but lifesteal is kept here for a couple seconds after my Dreadlord's death, which is okay. And what's really cool is I still have a Dryad in the back, just being pretty active, at least with just DPS, applying poison. And yeah, it's good to have her in the back there. So that's why I think I want to mass a couple more of these. To be honest, all I really want here, go Kodo, right? Kodo is definitely, I think, an undervalued aura early on. It's probably better a little bit later when you're trying to scale. So yellow's going for mass Gargs, eh? I think Gargs are obviously very good. Oof, I kind of need... Well, we kind of need a response to that, obviously. Okay, what do I do? What do I cook here? I kind of want to go another damage upgrade. This guy, so I don't know how... I mean, Gargs technically do only 100% damage to Dryads. The thing is, Dryads have poison, so they reduce attack rate and whatnot. I think here I'm going to go for a cheeky level 2 damage upgrade. So I want... Okay, so this ain't too good for me, because that's going to be awkward for my Dryads, but should be able to take down these pretty well. And now we have not only 2 damage upgrade on our ghouls, but we also got the Kodo providing the War Drums aura. As you see, I'm pretty much going, like, literally walking through this guy's units. Let's go, bro. I'm so happy, because don't forget, this is all about the storyline, guys. Don't forget, this guy just beat me last game, right? And he took me down without even trying. And now, somehow, I managed to push back. which is really good by just utilizing this hero, which, by the way, has a solid win rate. So do not underestimate Dreadlord. Lifesteal aura, 50% lifesteal on ghouls is phenomenal. Don't forget, I have torrents too, so they're coming up, boys. Just have to wait for it. So here, again, it's all about, I think, in my opinion, my angle forward is to keep doing what's working, right? So these Dryads, you want to mass them. They have a little bit less DPS than archers. The problem with archers is I need upgrades for them to be worth it. So for example, I need to improve their bows, giving them a little bit additional range, and also need to get marksmanship, which increases their damage. So it's 2 upgrades that I need to get on these that I basically don't need on Dryads. So here I'm going to be going for basically my last Dryad here. It's going to make me a solid line of tier 1 units, right? 2 lines of solid tier 1 units, and that's going to be really good. This is what some of the top players are doing, is just flat out tier 1 units, right? And with this phenomenal pushback, guys, I don't know. Pushing back. Just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm just proud of us. Proud of us. Let's go. So, oh, don't forget. Oh, wow, that's a lot of damage on my ghouls. Don't forget, I will be selling them eventually, but Dryads are spell immune, so they will not be taking any sort of damage from obsidian statues, which is really good for us. But yeah, they do a crazy amount of damage to ghouls, man. So that's the issue. But look at this, guys. Dude, our fight, I'm about to be level 6. Can you guys believe this? Just outside of tower range. This is massive. Use it. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I didn't get Infernal in time. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Look at this. Massive bullet, dude. Look, like, these Dryads are putting in so much freaking damage, man. That is insane. I'm so happy about this, and it allows us to tier up. We got additional gold mine here, right? We're not going to throw up a 3rd gold mine. Don't be a freaking noob and get a 3rd gold mine for no reason. I mean, and there's specific scenarios where it's worth it, but 90% of the time, it's never worth it. So these guys are starting to go for air units with magic damage, so we are essentially going to be proactive and go for things to counteract that right away. So I think I'm going to keep my goals for 1 more wave, but I'm starting to considering selling them at some point. So here, drop one of these bad boys just to increase the value. Here, I honestly think that was a mistake. I should have just went for upgrades. There's no reason for me to go for anything else than upgrades, because my goals are my DPS dealers, right? My Dryads are really, really strong too. I am teching up, so I could go for War Drums here. War Drums, or, you know, War Drums might be the angle. Or, you know what? Armor. I think Armor has slight priority on it, because obviously the more my units are alive, right, the more they do damage, right? So that's the point. So here we got the sick Infernal in play here. Red has literally 0 chance of killing me here. Infernal, heavy armor, 1.5k, doing chaos damage, and also benefiting from vampiric aura. So this is huge, guys. We're putting up a really solid fight. The problem that I'm seeing, again, as you see, this is so good, man. Look how good this is. This is why massing Dryads can be really good, because all magic dealers will suicide. So that's why you see me doing this. If, for example, I had a backline of casters, these necros wouldn't suicide like this. So it's kind of a cheeky way. I could honestly just play it this way. I could basically sell this and just do that. I'm trying to think here. Let me cook. Do more upgrades is the angle ever? I think this spell is not a stupid idea, because necros and whatnot, it's also going to give my heroes a little bit more XP, and I should consider getting a 2nd hero eventually too. Here, I'm going to start dropping a couple more of this, and I think going for a hero next wave is probably going to be the angle. Because this spell, yeah, this spell is going to be naturally a solid way forward. Just for the single fact that it will allow us to dispel any sort of buffs that our teammates will have. Fortress is half HP. And yeah, Sirbaninho is going to be struggling a little bit here, especially versus my wave. But again, it's funny enough, but this is the exact mirror situation. I was basically in Red's shoes, essentially fighting my army, my full army, with essentially his half army, which was the obviously unfortunate way to go down, right? But yeah, the thing is, like, look at this. He's doing quite a bit of damage to my, what's it called? My ghouls, right? Because I need to, I'm trying to think here. I do have Dispel on the bright side. I'm also, oh, look at this. Beautiful Infernal. Everything being dispelled, which is good too. And everything suicide and casually. So this is why we're splitting the waves is perfect this way. Yeah, this is so unfortunate for my opponents, but this is just how the cookie crumbles. Is I honestly think I'm going to draw up a couple more Dryads systematically for this exact reason. Obsidian Destroyers can be good. Good versus any sort of heavy armored units. Also going to be good versus Necros and whatnot. That splash damage is going to be solid. Look at this guy with the torrents up front here. I do want to be careful. Dropping... Wait, I forgot about hero. Okay, next wave, next wave. Actually, this time, though. Bro, these fights are so sick, man. Orange is doing a pretty good job at just handling his air, which is really the kind of like my problem at the moment is just going versus air. Either way, we got a second hero. Let's see what we get. Oh my god. Cluster rockets are insanely powerful, but the must-go is obviously Shadowhunter for the Big Bad Voodoo. Big Bad Voodoo is probably the most overpowered ultimate in this game. So at least I'm happy that I get a second hero to start leveling this bad boy up. Here at this point, it would be good to start selling a little bit of ghouls because ghouls are going to be basically, they're good. They're still okay, but they're also going to be food and XP for our opponents. I am going to be losing a little bit of value, to say the least, but it's going to be paid back double with my torrents, which are going to be insanely valuable. And yeah, I mean, at this point, do I want to go... Ooh, I think the angle is just get these upgrades. So tier, basically I'm getting all of these. Pulverize as well. I got 3 torrents, pulverize, which is very important. Just it does a crazy amount of AoE damage. After that, we got the tier 3 upgrade from our Spirit Walkers, which will be able to revive nearby torrents. Nearby torrents obviously are already very strong with just the flat out upgrades. 2-2, a lifesteal damage upgrade, which has been upgraded. War drums once again for 150 gold. It goes from 5% to 10% increased damage. So all of my army has this crazy buff here, which is insane. At this point, we still have a couple ghouls, which is good to have because they will soak up a little bit of damage and also benefit from this lifesteal, so it makes these ghouls a little bit more valuable, right? So as you see, these guys have 3 keepers, like just to pull like insult to injury. It's crazy how lucky these guys are getting, right? So here, Shadowhunter, I'm going to be going for flat out stats. There's no reason for it to get any sort of other stats or abilities. To be honest, I think those stats is better, so he's able to cast healing waves a couple more times. But yeah, it's still pretty much anyone's game, so we do have to be careful because they could easily win this game if we're making like any sort of like vital mistakes. But as long as we keep applying pressure, right, always winning middle, I think we're in a pretty good spot, because the only thing that could make us lose here is a stack from our opponents, right? I just hope we don't make like any sort of critical mistake, but I think for the moment we are in a pretty good spot. I don't see any way we can lose this. I mean, I just need to be careful to not jinx it, but yeah, just keepers. Don't forget, keepers of tranquility are insanely powerful, right? Just the AoE healing is just so freaking good. So here I could go for an aura. I mean, technically an orb on my Dreadlord, which I think wouldn't be too bad, just to keep that hero alive as long as possible. I think I'm actually going to do that. So getting the... what do I want? I think Orb of Fire. Definitely Orb of Fire. Because I want this bad boy. I know he's going to lose the ability to lifesteal, but the reason why is I want to keep this hero alive in the back line, right? I want him to stay alive because the 50% lifesteal on all of my units is crazy beneficial, right? So that's why I want to keep this bad boy alive. At this point, I could go for flying machines to deal versus air, which I feel like is kind of a problem, as you see from all these units. So, okay, Tranquility in the back is perfect. Yeah, I need to do a deal with anti. I think air is my kind of like problem at the moment. But look at that AoE, dude. So freaking good. It's hotkey my yeah. We're struggling a little bit. At least we're thinning out the army. It's just problem. It's hard to fight underneath the fortress. Oof, they got a solid pushback here. This guy's a massive army. Holy. Okay, so let's get some flying machines, I think. What is going to be good versus air? Either archers or flying machines. I think flying machines is the way. Because I also do want to go for, obviously, more Spirit Walkers, more Taurens. But the problem is I think I have a higher priority, which would be just handling that air as fast as possible. Because if I'm not able to handle that air, it's pretty much very dangerous for me. All right, so flying machines. 2-2 upgrades. The only thing that's missing would be the upgrade from this one, flat cannons, which essentially gives them a little bit of AoE for air. We got to handle those destroyers. They're doing a crazy amount of bonus damage to my Taurens and my ghouls. So we got to be able to handle those as soon as possible. And any sort of anti-air is going to be solid here. Because the only anti-air we have at the moment is my... let's get this right away. This level up. My only anti-air that I have is basically Dryads. And they're essentially not targeting the air for some reason, which ain't too good. So I'm going to start getting a couple more of those for sure. This guy's starting to get abominations. My Infernal is good, but not good enough. At least we're fighting outside of tower range, which is perfect for the moment. Look at that beautiful Carrion Storm getting healed back up from the Keeper. The thing is, we might get a quick stack here. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Rakan staying alive there is just basically what the doctor ordered here. Oh my god, I'm going to get so much XP from this. My Shadow is going to be essentially almost level 5 after this. The problem is their heroes are stacking too, so we do have to be careful. It's not like he's doing a lot of damage and whatnot, but it's still good to have because he's also a meat shield. Don't forget, hero damage takes significant less amount of damage from most damage types, so that's why it's good to have him in the mix. Here, I mean... what do we really want? Just a couple more of these, to be honest. Like so. I think this is going to be good. What I'm also going to attempt is something like this. Let's get rid... you know what? Let's get rid of a couple ghouls. I think at this point, again, we don't want to give too much food to our opponents. But also, I do not want to lose too much value, right? So dropping a couple of these in the back is going to be good. Just a line of these is going to be solid, right? Just a line like this, I think is going to be basically what we need. I don't see too much air left, so I think I'm gonna slack a little bit on it. I honestly, oh, you know what? I'm gonna slack a little bit on anti-air. It doesn't feel like we need too much anti-air at this point. I think just flat out ground, because don't forget, Till has 0 air, so my flying machines are just gonna die. The reason why I was building them is because of Red, right? Red had obsidian statues. It was killing literally everything I owned, so that wasn't good. My Dreadlord is dying a little bit too fast, which I'm not too happy. At least we're weakening the army, but all we need at this point is just a little bit more Dispel, I think. So more Dispel, more Torrents is going to be the plight. So let's get that right away. Oh my god, it's going to be so close. Ooh, just a couple more hits, man. I can feel the freaking victory. Kind of need to lock this one in. So what I think I'm going to do is something I've been kind of like pushing away is the upgrades, which basically was the reason why I was winning my lane and whatnot. And I think I just need to go back to the basics and just get upgrades, and that will guarantee us the win. Especially Red's army is pretty weak at the moment, and I have a pretty massive army coming in here. And yeah, there's absolutely 0 chance our boy can handle this wave. Yeah, and the Paladin step up there, throwing down, what's it called? The Infernal for extra measures. Let's level up our heroes here additionally and get the armor upgrade that we need. So 3-3 upgrades versus 2-2 should be giving us a solid advantage here. It still feels like this guy's putting up a solid fight here. Yeah, it's still not over, guys, somehow. Rakan is almost level 6. The second we get him to level 6, I think it's gonna guarantee us the victory. But at this point, it's these guys' time is pretty much numbered. So there's nothing these guys could really do at this point. I think even this wave could be fatal. Let's see. Probably not, actually. I think I was expecting purple to do a little bit more damage. Yeah, but this guy has lethal damage. Oh my god, that's insane. A crazy amount of DPS there. So at this point, how do we close out the game? I think just I could go for that was a really bad placement on it, but let's go for a couple. Yeah, obviously this is... oh, it's not even summoned. Ay. This is This could be a vital mistake. 400 value not even invested there. So if we make a mistake here, it can be dangerous. I kind of want to, you know what? I'm going to sell most of my ghouls at this point. Oh, it's going to be so close. It should be okay here. I'm just dropping so many Taurens at this point, and it's going to be very difficult to handle 3/3 Taurens, right? Yeah, this is over. Come on. Give us the win. Please, we fought so hard for this one. 70 HP on this. I mean, the Blizzard might take it down. Let's see. It's going down. It's going down. 80 damage. GG. Oh, man, what a beautiful story, right? We took down the player that beat us last game. I'm just happy. My performance was phenomenal in that one. Either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe for more. I'm trying to hit 20k subs. If you guys are able to do that, I will try to do like a sick tournament and also like a giveaway, some Warcraft 3 Reforged for the boys, for the viewers and whatnot. So either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.